Hi everyone, this is Star with Ariana Stark with your weekly reading for the week starting from 8 to 14 January 2024. I have these decks lined up and I will dive into them. As you know, these are decks that I have created with divine guidance. So in case you want to make a purchase, the link is given in the description box. Let's just understand what's in store for you. I do have the timestamp given in the description box. So in case you want to proceed directly to your reading, you can do just that. For Aries, I do have the card Healing Angels. This is a very positive message in your reading, even if there are situations which are antagonistic, or maybe you're in two minds or deliberating about what to do. Your healing angels are there. I think you need to pay attention to the signs that you're receiving from your higher self or from your spirit guides. Other than that, I also feel that you could be a bit bored with respect to work. Maybe there are options even in your personal life. Oftentimes, Aries, you may be wondering whether you made the right choice, but then you need to carry on. Maybe you also need to concentrate and focus because your emotions could overwhelm you. I think you may also want to give in, or you want to quit if you're working, that is, especially as an employee. Maybe you think that your boss is extracting more than his pound of flesh. Perhaps, it would be prudent not to resort to these idle threats. Appreciation does motivate you, Aries, and this is going to be there this week. Other than that, with respect to your love life, I do have the card Negative Behavior, Ego, Attitude Problem, Admitted you were in the wrong. Possibly those of you are romancing, or in case you are in no contact situation, this could be the overall energy which you are carrying into the week. Maybe there's a distance which has creeped up in your relationship on account of these factors. It's always best to melt the ice to overcome issues that are there instead of let silence take over, because silence and ego can affect our relationships to no end. Perhaps you should ask your angels to help you out with respect to the same. From Aries, I will move to Taurus. For Taurus, I do have the card Time is ticking. Possibly this week there are going to be emergency situations. Maybe deadlines have to be met. You do have a lot on your plate. There are going to be those roadblocks and last minute changes, but you need to soldier on. Maybe you also need to be tactful and ignore those unkind remarks. I think many of you are also going to be deliberating over some kind of journey, or maybe you're discussing travel plans. This is also the time to be social, to network. Interestingly, with this card, Footloose and Fancy Free, I think many of you are single. Maybe you're going to enjoy your single status. That is exactly what this card is outlining. Like I said, you could be traveling or making travel plans. So in case you're single, I think you should enjoy your single status as long as it lasts. Loosen up. Maybe you also need to socialize this week. From Taurus, I will move to Gemini. For Gemini, I do have the card Setback. Possibly, there are going to be those situations which are going to be disappointing for you. I think the key for you this week is to have a business-like approach. You need to focus that much harder because it is also going to pay dividends. In all likelihood, there are going to be discussions, negotiations, or maybe technical work, paperwork is also going to take up your time. You're a bit aloof this week, so maybe you also need to listen to the viewpoint of others. Even while dealing with clients, you're going to have a no-nonsense approach. You're going to set boundaries. You will also overcome those issues which leave you rattled. Maybe your client is also going to prepone meetings or schedules, so be prepared for such eventualities. With respect to your love life, I do have the card Farewell, but I'm no good at goodbyes. Maybe there's a distance in a relationship or in an existing connection. Maybe some of you are also traveling, so this distance is going to be there. Yet at the soul level, one of you or either of you doesn't want to disconnect from this relationship. Perhaps that is why this card Setback, this dry leaf is symbolic of some kind of disappointment or heartache this week for some Geminis. Whatever it is, I think you're going to be much admired by the opposite sex. Maybe you should not cold shoulder them, rather you should listen to them. For Cancer, I do have the card, some doors are best left closed. I think if you get a negative response to an idea or a suggestion, I think you should not think too much or fret over it. Sometimes God opens other doors for us, so if this door is shut, you should take it as a blessing. You know, this is a week when you can expect mixed results. You should promote yourself. You also need to be careful how you put your money to use. You know, sometimes we want to take too many risks, but risk does not always guarantee rewards. So hold on to your money. Also, I think while working, you need to concentrate to rule out mistakes. Maybe technical issues could also crop up this week, so keep a backup of your data, whether you're working on the computer or with respect to your mobile and such gadgets. Respect your love life. I do have the card, please stay. I think this could be for those of you who are still holding on to a relationship. I think if there's lack of communication, you need to work things out. Maybe there's also gossip swirling around this week with respect to your personal life or with respect to your professional life. You know, there could be cobwebs behind those doors. People are going to eavesdrop, so be careful of all that and more, Cancer, this week. From Cancer, I will move to Leo. For Leo, I do have the card, it's all aligned. You know, it takes a tremendous amount of hard work as well as perfection, dedication for these ballet dancers to be in alignment with each other. Likewise, this week your soul is going to be in alignment. You are going to find situations which are going to work out to your advantage. Maybe you also need to network, tap into your contacts, because gains to your friends and acquaintances is very likely. Other than that, there are going to be social events. Maybe you are going to meet up with friends. Even on the social media, I think you need to promote yourself. Some of you could be concerned about younger people. Interestingly, with respect to your love life, Leos, I do have the card limitations, impediments, roadblocks, outside influences. This could be a factor in your love life. Maybe other people are affecting your relationship or they are raising eyebrows. So these are issues that you need to counter. In case you're single, Leos, I think you should allow Cupid's arrow to strike. Maybe your friends are going to play matchmaker this week. Oftentimes, you know, we put limitations on ourselves in case we think that distance could be a factor, or in case we think that family could frown upon the connection. That is why we move away. But then you should keep in mind that if you're crossing paths with someone, or in case you're already in a connection, it is as per divine plan. From Leo, I will move to Virgo. For Virgo, I do have the card symbiotic relationship. You know, the ivy is clinging to the bark of the tree. Likewise, you could be in a relationship where one person is clingy or the other requires support. I think for many of you Virgos, you could be a bit nostalgic. Maybe there's going to be those times when you want to withdraw or retreat from the situation or the world around you. There could be an estrangement in a relationship as well. Someone from your past could also want to re-enter your life. Yet, this is a week when you can expect gains to your friends and acquaintances. You also need to look into taxation and technical issues as you go through the week. I do have the card living in a fool's paradise from the Love Oracle deck. I think this bubble will burst, so you need to be very practical and pragmatic with respect to a connection. In case you think that this relationship is not making headway, I think you should walk out of such a connection. Maybe there are red flags in the situation which you are overlooking. The universe definitely tells us or gives us signs, and you need to follow your heart and soul. Maybe that is why you're thinking or wistful about the past. From Virgo, I will move to Libra. For Libra, I do have the card kindness. I think the key this week is to be kind towards yourself, not to judge yourself harshly. Besides, you should also be open-handed towards creatures great and small. I think technical work or paperwork is also going to keep you busy. You also need to collaborate instead of being too set in your ways. You should work on your skills. I think recognition is also on the cards. So you need to bide your time till your plans bear fruit. Other than that, recognition is also on the cards. Your creativity will be esteemed. With respect to your love life, Librans, I do have the card searching your eyes for answers. Maybe there is miscommunication or misunderstanding in a relationship. That is why you or your person could be looking for answers. You know, the eyes are the window to a soul. That is why one can understand perfectly well what the other person is trying to convey, even if it's not explicit. Some of you could be in a very oppressive relationship. That is why you need to break free. Maybe your person is very dominating and dogmatic. Like I said, cooperation could be the key for you. So in personal relationships as well as in professional matters, you need to collaborate and cooperate. From Libra, I will move to Scorpio. I do have the card hard work ahead. I think like these ants, you need to work hard, you need to persevere, because ants are very tenacious creatures and they believe in teamwork and hard work. It is going to be a very dramatic and mixed period for you. Maybe there are going to be sudden changes in your schedule, but like I said, like the ants, you need to carry on. I think you should ignore silly issues because it could vex you. You're also someone who is not going to sit quiet. You're going to retaliate suitably. You also need to prioritize, concentrate. I think financial matters could be uppermost on your mind. In case you have taken a loan, maybe you need to work hard because you understand that you need to pay up. With respect to your love life, Scorpions, I do have the card hidden read between the lines. This could be true for some of you. I think your connection requires more communication. Maybe non-verbal signs are something which you need to pay attention to in case your person is incommunicative. You know, sometimes we are wearing spectacles yet we cannot see clearly, or we fail to recognize what the other person is trying to convey. Maybe you should also work on your communication skills this week. From Scorpio, I will move to Sagittarius. For Sagittarius, I do have the card symbiotic relationship. I think this could be a mutually beneficial relationship, or you could be dealing with someone who is benefiting more from you. The ivy in this card is clinging to the bark of the tree. I think this week you are going to be someone who needs to carry on. If you have taken the initiative, then you should keep at it quietly. You also need to be flexible, make time for tasks that arise. Perhaps, you're also going to be dealing with financial matters. Ask for your dues. Ego can also affect your relationship, so be mindful of your words, Sagittarians. I do have this card, I have love none but you, from the Love Oracle deck. Tulip flowers does talk about unconditional love. It does talk about deep feelings for someone. So this could be true. Maybe you're thinking about this person, or it could be vice versa. So take as it resonates with your connection. Other than that, I also feel that someone could have feelings for you this week. So be receptive, Sagittarians. From Sagittarius, I will move to Capricorn. For Capricorn, I do have the card Pair and Square. I think the gavel in this card does reflect on the need for you to be just, or maybe you expect others around you to play it fair and square. Some of you could also be dealing with official work, legal matters. Primarily, you have much to gain this week. Appreciation is also on the cards. Perhaps you should also look closely while striking deals. Someone definitely has your back. For many Capricorns, this is also the week when you should focus on learning and enhancing your skills. Time could also be a factor here. Technical or gadget issues could also arise. With respect to your love life, I do have the card clueless, confused and perplexed. These words are interconnected. Maybe you're going to be in defensive mode, or maybe you want answers from your person, or with respect to connection, where it is heading. For some of you, you could also be dealing with a person who has deep pockets, who is older than you. But you do want some kind of clarity. Maybe you want this person to be treating you in a fair and just manner as well. From Capricorn, I will move to Aquarius. For Aquarius, I do have the card Tussle. I think there could be some kind of dilemma at hand in this week, yet communication is going to increase and bring in opportunities for you. Many of you are also going to be making travel plans. Your social circle is definitely going to widen. You are being also asked to live within the boundaries, because even if there are opportunities, maybe this card is playing up. There could be disagreements, or maybe you feel that the pay on offer is not good enough. Well, by and large this week you can expect certain limitations till everything becomes a reality. Your throat chakra is going to be very active, so communicate. I also have this card on the rebound. I think some of you are reconnecting with your person. Maybe you also need to heal from a past relationship before you can move on to a new person. I think singletons, if you are traveling, you could find attention coming from the opposite sex. Maybe they could also be related to your work. So be open and receptive in case you fancy someone. The universe is also asking you to reconnect with someone from your past. The universe is also asking you to talk freely with your person this week. From Aquarius, I will move to Pisces, which is the last sign of the zodiac. For Pisces, I do have the card Thrive. These flowers are blossoming despite the adverse conditions around it. So even if situations are antagonistic, I think you're going to come out of it. This week it is also the time to resolve issues, to move on. Maybe you also need to advertise your skills, network. Work-related recognition is certainly on the cards for you. Even if someone is going to underestimate your abilities, I think you can expect to come out with flying colors. Even in legal matters, you can expect positive developments this week. With respect to your love life, I do have the card Dance in the Rain. I think you need to loosen up. If you are single, I think you should relax. Maybe you should also socialize and mingle with others. Those of you who are in a long distance relationship, maybe your person is also making travel plans to be in your city. Your social differences could also be a factor. Yet, like I said with this card, don't fret over those situations, because this will also be a thing of the past. On that note, Pisces, I'll wrap up this reading. For a personalized reading, feel free to reach us at the email address given below. This is Ariana Stark signing off. Take care. Bye. Till the next time.